Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our Tuesday worship. We are going to be doing our Lent worship. We're going to begin with looking at our vision, which is life in all its fullness. Our vision guides us in all that we hope to be, enabling every part of our community to grow and develop. This means growing in body, mind, and spirit in order to flourish and experience the joy of hope of life in all its fullness. John 10:10. After fasting 40 days and 40 nights, he was hungry. The tempter came to him and said, "If you are the Son of God, tell these stones to become bread." Jesus answered, "It is written, man shall not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of God. Matthew 4:1-11. The next part in our Lent journey is the beating of Jesus. Now, this is not a nice bit of the story, the Easter story, but it's one that we do have to talk about because it is significant. Okay, so Pilate's soldier took Jesus into the governor's palace. They stripped off his clothes and put a scarlet robe on him. Then they made a crown out of thorny branches and placed it on his head and put a stick in his right hand. Then they knelt before him and mocked him. "Long live the King of Jews," they said. They spat on him and hit him over the head with a stick. Then they led him out to crucify him. So in the Easter story, Jesus sacrificed a lot for the people, and he was really, really badly beaten. I want you to think about, after this worship has finished, I want you to think about what is one thing that you would like to say to Jesus after you watched him die on the cross. And I want you to write that down for me just so I can see. It might be on a post-it note. You might want to draw a cross and put it on the cross. But really think about, what would you like to say to Jesus? Okay, Jesus has dying for his people, for everybody. What is the one thing that you want to think about, you want to ask him? I'm going to give you a minute now just to have a little think about the question that you would like to ask Jesus. Okay, your teacher may give you a little bit longer at the end of this worship. I hope you thought of something. If not, you'll have a discussion at the end and you can think of something that you would like to ask him. We now have Ava Rose, who puts the whip that whips Jesus and puts it onto our cross. Okay. Let's hope this works. Lovely. Thank you very much, Ava Rose. Okay, so our cross is in the hall with all of the things that we've already put onto the cross that we've talked about during these Lent worships. We're going to finish with a prayer. So I want you to put your hands together. Dearest Lord, during this holy time for so many, we pause to remember that your light can never be extinguished. Help us to believe in this truth so that we might live lives that display your eternal illumination. Amen. Okay, so thank you again for listening to this worship. And remember, I want you to think about what's one thing that you would like to say to Jesus after you've watched him on the cross. And I look forward to seeing your questions.